just a little thing about Nunez. Like, I know you were talking to Neil Jones, or it was either you or Dan, or Liverpool getting like not disrespected, but like people aren't talking about us. I was just saying something the other day, and like Nunez is like in sort of national football podcast a bit of a punchline, like and then Nunez gets like. I just think like I'm not asked about disrespect. What you can think whatever you like, but I think if you can't see, he does do stuff that winds you up sometimes, but if you can't see how dangerous he is on that left or wherever he plays, I think he was unlucky with the shot. You know, I don't think he can do much with that left-footed shot. He's so dangerous. He causes murder every time he comes on. Especially if you're retiring defence. Like, he's the last thing you want to see, isn't he? It's just, you know,
the ball isn't going in for him.
More power to him, because he keeps going. He he is like a racehorse down that left hand side. He proper gallops. He cuts inside. Some of his crossing wasn't that great, but you know,
positionally he's brilliant as well. Like, that Newcastle game, he didn't score, but he put himself in the right spots to score.
Yeah,
I suppose. Well, it was like, I'm in a couple of group chats with fans of other teams, and he has a bit of a point. It's like, well, he hasn't scored for ages. He scored, and I was like, no, you're absolutely right. But then he has had a little bit of hard lines, and at some point you have to start scoring. Don't get that wrong. But like, you know, he comes on against Newcastle and has a good effort, and it's just a good save by Dubravka, and then Cody Gakpo scuffs one off his studs and goes in, and then he does nothing wrong, and Ben Leno just makes a good save with his legs. Like, it does feel like he's. You know, if you're talking about like reverting to the mean, at some point he's due to go on one of these, and he might go on it, but it does feel like I agree with Jamie, because I think you can say almost disrespected, and I think there's some Liverpool fans, I think that at times he's frustrating, and don't get me wrong, he absolutely is, but like to call him like a flop and put him in the same category as some of the other bad signings that other teams have made in the last couple of years, I think it's wrong, because the stats speak for themselves. He is providing a lot of goals. His assist numbers are decent. He has scored a plenty, well, not enough probably, but plenty of goals already. It does feel like he has become a bit of a punchline, because he has missed a couple of easy chances. He's missed a few sitters, and we can't deny that. But I don't know, this idea that Darwin Nunez is absolutely shit, and like Liverpool will be better off selling him, and I don't know. I can't get my head around that. I think we can all agree we want to see more goals. I think we'd all say so, but like, he's contributing to a Liverpool team, and he is definitely contributing. He is not. The last thing you can say about Darwin is like, he's anonymous. He's always involved. He's always in the right place. So, do you feel he's being disrespected a little bit?
Yeah, 100%. I feel like I could talk about Nunez for a year. Like, the reason Nunez comes under such criticism is because we bought him at a point when we didn't necessarily need that type of player, and because of the money we spent on him, that's naturally going to come into the conversation. We've seen it with like Jack Grealish at City, Declan Rice at Arsenal, Caicedo. Nunez is our thing about the front line is Salah will score plenty of goals, but everyone contributes in different ways. They might not all break the bank scoring 20 odd goals each in the league, but they get goals and assists, and Nunez is our top assister, and he's got 7 goals or something like that. His role in this team is not to be the out and out striker. He's to play the system, and the system requires him to just go on the wing, cut inside if he wants to, shoot from whatever angle he wants, do whatever he wants, and just put the fear of God in the back line. Yeah, he does miss easy opportunities. I've seen Salah miss one-on-ones. I saw Suarez miss one-on-ones. I've seen Torres do it. Everyone does it.
Mane used to miss sitters all the time.
Yeah, every player has missed sitters. Yeah,
he hasn't got the goals to outweigh the sitters. That's what it is, isn't it?
Yeah, that's fair enough, but he's what he offers to that team, and maybe it is just a case of we want it to succeed, so we're looking a bit more in depth to it than any from other fans are, but he provides, and we've said it a million times, chaos. But that's what we are as a team up front. We want to confuse teams. We want to tire teams out. And there's no player better in that front line at doing that than Darwin. He's not the most technically gifted player, but positionally and in terms of teamwork and actually providing for the whole squad, he offers more than arguably anyone in that front line other than Salah, so he is disrespected in that sense.
I said before, like earlier on the show, like, you know, Liverpool without their creative influences, Darwin is actually up there with them. He's got 10 assists now, 10 assists, and you know we'll go back to go forwards, but like in this particular instance, obviously for Gakpo's second goal, it is all Darwin, and that's what kind of what he can do. It just feels like there's the narrative around him is shifted toward like, you know, you spend that amount of money, and the fact that he wears the number 9 on his back as well, you're expecting something. It maybe is just a little bit different than that what it is, and that we would like a more refined robot type finisher. maybe I don't know, a more physically gifted Jota, maybe something like that's what people were after. But I think I think it is disrespectful to say about Darwin that he's a net negative to Liverpool. I think Liverpool, even just the eye test, Liverpool always look better when he's on the pitch in terms of they look like they're going to score more goals. He might not, and he is going to get more chances. He creates more chances. He gets assists. Yeah, he hasn't scored enough, but I think if you ask most Liverpool fans, or a lot of us in particular, he probably has to be in the front three in terms of just for what he offers, and that it does feel a little bit like he's getting hard graft. I saw Josh Williams tweet saying, if you only judge him on his finishing, or you only judge Nunez on his finishing, you're wrong. I'm paraphrasing. And he got a lot of stick, Josh, saying, well, he has to score goals, and yes, he does, but you can't just ignore everything else he does as well. I think it's fair to say, Liverpool are wanting more goals, but they're also Jurgen's relatively happy with what he's getting from him. It's
been a real sea change from the last half of last season. He couldn't get his way into the side. I remember doing a show late last season. We were talking about who do you think's going to be his preferred, and I mentioned Nunez because I was thinking, well, the money he's paid to not, it's not loose change. And it's like, no, he's behind probably Jota and Gakpo in the pecking order for that central slot. I'm thinking, I couldn't argue at the time, but he's managed to now. People are at half time are shouting for him to come on. We do look so much more dangerous with him in the team. I don't know. I think everyone's going to have a breaking point with him because I don't think he's going to change. There was a game the other day where I can't even remember which one it was, but I'm like, what's the point in having the world's best car in your driveway if it keeps breaking down? I'd rather have a worse car that gets me where, I don't know if that's the right analogy, but the thing you're supposed to do is score goals, and you can't look past that. And but I don't think that was his issue last night. He'll probably miss a sitter in the Champions League semi-final next. He'll do something the way you're like, oh my god, but he is still worth his place in the team. I don't know if that clinical thing that Jota has in front of goal can ever be coached into him, because we've all seen the mad finish. He scored some amazing goals for Uruguay as well. I don't know. I just want to. He's box office, isn't he? I just want to keep seeing him in the team. I want to keep seeing him harassing defenders, and through as you were saying about sharing the contributions out across all five. We are going to beat teams. I don't care if it's Diaz who scores or Salah's going to get the bulk of them. As long as through the five of them, we are winning games, then that's great.
The second goal yesterday, we were talking now, he does so well. Yeah. And it's almost like proper old-fashioned wing play. Get to the byline, pull it back. Yeah. But the pullback's clever. It's not just hitting open. He picks Cody Gakpo out, whose finishes delightful as well. But the thing with Darwin, actually, that I've noticed more when he plays on the left wing is when you think of Darwin and his pace, you're always thinking ball in behind, running the channels. The Newcastle goals, for example, he's actually really good with the ball at his feet in those positions. Sometimes he looks like he doesn't know what he's doing. And again, it's worth mentioning. But when he gets on those little short bursts and starts twisting and turning, I thought Castagna had a decent game overall, but he did cause him, he caused him way more problems than Luis Diaz did when he was out on the left hand side. So fair play, that is I don't know, shifting him out to the wingers, maybe found something, because that's not exactly what you wanted to do, but it kind of feels like maybe it is as well.
Well, some players just adapt to a different position better than they do. Like you mentioned, Oxlade, he started off as a winger and we made him a midfielder and he looked way better.
Gini Wijnaldum.
A million, so many players do it, and if you look at that goal, Nunez looks where Gakpo is in the box before he gets to the byline. When he hits it, he's not even looking. He just knows where he's going to be. So he knows the system well, and he's superb at doing what he's doing. And like I've said before, I've said a billion times, in the centre, because of the expectation, you're there to score goals. But on the wings, he can just do whatever. And that assist yesterday is what he's good at. Like you said, he's got frightening pace, and he's one of the most physical players in the league. He bullies defenders. So having him out there to do just that benefits anyone in the middle massively, and Gakpo recently has been a beneficiary of it. That assist yesterday just showed us football and IQ, and a lot of people will say, he lacks technicality and his football, he doesn't know what to do. He does, because he keeps showing time and time again that he'll miss the easy chances, but in terms of setting up players in the centre positions or scoring outrageous goals that he shouldn't be able to. But he's quality at it, and like I said before, yeah, he's going to miss easy chances. He's going to miss ones that stress us out. But if he's going to do stuff like that or score the goals that he does, I don't give a shit. He can do it.
Yeah, absolutely. Double-digit assists off the season. He gets cases as assists as well. You'll take that every time. You'll pay some respect to Darwin Nunez, fellow football fans, if anyone's watching this one.